Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and you know, there's nothing more synonymous with our state than the Spur. Heck, we even have a professional basketball team named after them. But over in Gatesville, they have such a large collection of spurs that I'm told a horse wouldn't even step hoof into town. After our visit, I can see why. Coryell County is home to a great deal of Fort Hood. Just north of the massive military base is Gatesville, a small town with a love for spurs.
It means everything to us. It really does.
Irvin Adams is the president of the board of the Coryell County Museum. Established in 1985, the museum tells the story of the county that's been around since 1854. Here, you'll find the county's original jail.
Sam Bass was jailed in this jail in 1878.
Wow, the year he
for
died.
disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
So that's our famous prisoner that was in here.
You'll see some of the most detailed and decorated doll houses I've ever seen.
And it's so detailed, and you can see the linens on the shelves over here, butter churns, little Coke bottles inside the Coke case.
Even fruits and veggies. Are each one of those like by themselves? That's amazing.
Yeah. It's incredible.
And they happen to have the largest spur collection in the world.
Pretty much the whole museum is centered around the spur collection.
This isn't just any collection of spurs.
Right.
The Mitchell Spur collection is massive, and it's put Gatesville on the map. Is it amazing to you that a museum collection has spurred a festival?
Absolutely. Not just a festival, but the whole, like I said, the whole town's, that's its logo.
Local coaching legend Lloyd Mitchell amassed this collection of over 10,000 spurs in his lifetime.
Coach Mitchell was a special man. I mean, he did a lot of things in his life and then just did this collecting on the side.
How does a small town football coach get into that?
You'll have to ask him that one.
I will.
Well, I married Mitchell's youngest daughter.
Grayson Wetzel knows this collection well. He married Charlotte Ann Tootie Mitchell, and he first set his sights on the substantial spur collection when he met his future father-in-law in 1965.
They sent me outside with her daddy. Out in back of their house, there were two old wooden buildings. Both of those buildings were crammed full of spurs and other Western memorabilia. I spent the afternoon out there in hog heaven.
After that first meeting, Grayson knew he was saddling up for a long ride with the family.
As we were finishing up the visit that afternoon, he said, "Young man," said, "you're welcome to come back anytime. Just bring a spur."
This is amazing. This is all the spurs?
No,
No, this is just
this is just a sampling.
sampling. The museum has around 6,000 of the spurs.
It's hard to display all of them.
The main exhibit consists of the most unique and storied spurs.
I think everybody recognizes Jackie Kennedy's name.
So that's Jackie Kennedy spurs.
That was her spurs.
Wow.
Here's some Rex Bell.
Okay.
Now, some people might not know Rex Bell. That's okay.
There's even a colossal spur in this sizable spur collection.
Over here in this case, there's a big old spur. Now, that's not usable.
Yeah, what is that for?
It's display.
Okay.
I mean, it's talking.
Then there's spurs that showcase some unique artistry.
One of the display cases shows gal leg spurs.
Okay.
And as I've done programs through the years, I say gal leg spur just like that. I find that many people have no clue what I'm talking about.
What makes these different?
On the shank of the spur, the heel band's got decoration on it.
They look like legs.
It looks like a lady's leg. So in history books or other books, you'll find them called gal leg.
I guess that gave you something to look at when you're by yourself on the range, right?
Well, sure. Why do you think they made them out by the campfire like that? Beating it out, thinking about that lady somewhere.
So just what was it that made a football coach from a small town start collecting this particular piece of ranching equipment?
As a young man, he was headed out west, headed towards Yellowstone to work. But he was working on a ranch on the way in New Mexico. So he was riding through the pasture one day and he looked down and saw something shiny. So he got off his horse, kicked the dirt around, and sure enough, there was a spur. He said, "I picked it up and I've kept it." And they said, "I've been looking for the mate to it ever since."
Surprisingly, the Spur collection has spurned interest in a tool that some folks don't even know what it's for anymore.
Everybody knew about spurs. back then. Past my generation, I'm not sure how many know about spurs.
A lot of people don't even know what a spur is, and when they walk through the door, they just want to know what a spur is. And we'll take them and show them, what a spur is. What does it do? Why do they use them? And we'd have to tell a story about, what they're used for. And,
Never seen a Western?
I'm serious. We've had people that walk in the door and don't know what a spur is or what it was used for or anything.
That's amazing. So if keeping the Western heritage and history of Texas is something close to your heart, or you're just looking for a spur-of-the-moment trip, a stop at the Coryell County Museum to see the Mitchell Spur collection is a surprising stop on the Texas bucket list.
If you're a true Texan, you gotta have a little bit of interest in ranching, cowboys, horses. You gotta have a spur involved somewhere in it.